With the rainy season upon us and fears of more flooding once again, we've come to one of the few places that seems to stay dry last year. That's right here at Impact Mueang Thong Thani. We'll find out what they did to prevent it and what they're still doing for the future. Outside enjoying the beautiful day today next to the lake is Kunwadi Jintawarn, who is the project director for Bangkok Land. Sawasdee krap.
สวัสดีค่ะคุณโยฮัน
Well, if we go back almost a year ago, when most of Bangkok was really underwater, Impact Bangkok Land really looked pretty much like it does today, nice and dry and flood-free. How did you pull off this amazing feat?
All right. Thank you very much for this question because actually when the flood came last year, we are one of the we are near the point that we almost be underwater like the others. But unfortunately, I think it's also a good plan, and then also the master planning of the city as well. And also because we are working really closely with all the communities here. So that's why we survive. If I have to say that last year, we actually worked out to keep the water level in the lake below this level about 30 centimeters at all times. So in fact, we can take the water every day at the rate of 200,000 cubic meter. So when the water came from Khong Prapa last year, it was then drained down to the lake, and then we have brought the water to the Klong Bangput. The lake is not just only, like that not just only for the view. It is the open lake. It means that it has been connected to the system of the water to go to Chao Phraya River, which very well managed by the Pakret municipality. We are under the municipality of Pakret here, and then they have done a good job by protecting the bank of the rivers. I think it's more than 20 kilometers of their river banks. And at that time when the water is high as 2 meters, so they managed to put it that way. So we very good and we're lucky, so we are here.
Oh, very much so. And I know the community and everyone who lived in this area was very thankful that it was managed so well.
Right.
I know a lot of people having such great success last year would think, oh, I don't need to do anything this year. We're already protected because we have proven from last year. But you've actually gone ahead and added even more protection this year.
Yes, we've been working very hard. Actually, after November last year, we went back immediately to the drawing table. We have actually draw another scheme of flood protection. It's become a double protection. Firstly, we intended to lift the road level of Mueang Thong Thani because the road then will act as a barrier. So right now we invested about 150 million baht in raising the road level to plus 2.3 meters above sea level. So that's one task that we have already completed for the first phase, and we are working on the second phase will be finished by the end of this month. It means that we are very high above the sea level, and secondly we plan to increase more pump stations. We have bought new 6 pumps, electrical pumps that been imported from Sweden because when we first built the infrastructure for Mueang Thong Thani in 1992, we have completed the job. We brought the pumps from Sweden, and then we been using it for 22 years. So after overhauling and doing some upgrading works, we decided we should have more new pumps, and that's become a spare part as well. So right now they arrived already, and we increased 2-3 pump stations along the Klong Bangput, which is the main contact between the lake and Chao Phraya River. So we are very confident about that now. Thirdly, we also take experience from last year. Last year when we have a lot of water, so we have luckily all the concrete barriers along the road. Actually, you can see now we haven't lifted out from the impact barrier line. So we bought another 2,000 pieces.
Wow.
So it's mean another 4 kilometers. So plus what we had before, about 5 kilometers of barriers. So now we have about 9 kilometers of barrier. So
Very impressive.
yeah.
Very impressive.
Thank
You know, you're describing all these different measures that you have to help prevent flooding, and I'm thinking that it's a huge investment,
Right.
and you've done it so quickly. And if we compare that with what's being done in the rest of the city, it seems things go so slowly. There's pumps here, there's pumps not there, some are broken. You know, why is Bangkok Land and why is Impact investing so much in preventative measures?
Right. I think we have to go back to the vision of the of the company and also the policy of the company, because we don't take Muang Thong Thani as some project that we finish and we go, right? Secondly, I think the community that established around here, has been our faithful customers. So for the goodwill, for the value added to the site, and also for impact business and everything, I think the investment that we have put for more than 200 million baht right now, I think this contributed to this kind of factors. And our chairman, of course, and MD, both of them take this very seriously. And we think that not to have just only luck. So people will say, oh, last year you were lucky, so you may not have the flood. So we want to prove as well that the city has been planned and been master planned and then been designed by the proper consultants, and then we have been working for 20 years without people knowing that we prepare for this.
Well, they certainly do know the results, and dry homes and safety for their families
Right.
is one thing that I know is always at the top.
Right.
People don't like to have those, be in a position where everything is flooded and their whole
yeah.
life is really destroyed.
Sure.
Not only are you helping to protect here, I don't know if everyone can see on the camera back there, but you see the crane way in the distance. I know
Right.
you are one of the first developers that I've heard of who actually has planned in the construction
Right.
flood protection. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. That one is also a double protection, because when we realize the level of water that can come in, so we have analyzed the situation of all those flooded area. You have the water from two parts. First one is that come from the road. Second one is, of course, that penetrate through the drainage system and then go into your system. So we actually have designed in advance to have these two things protected. For the water from the road, besides lifting the road to plus 2.3, we also lift the building to about 2.5 to 2.8. So actually we above the sea level a lot, and then we use the fence as the wall, actually the flood wall, by having to build a kind of reinforcement concrete wall instead of building a brickwork fence, which normally when you have the water and then it will slip down like that. For the water that penetrates into the system, the drainage system, then we managed to have a water gate, kind of like a water gate that you can close when you don't want any water from outside to go into your system, and you create a system of some pump that you can pump the water that left over in your system out to the road or to wherever you want to do. So in fact, you will not have the water from outside if you don't want to, by closing the gate, right? And then also we know that there are a lot of tragedy during the flood, electrocution short or things like that. So we plan to raise everything that is dangerous, like the MDB room, electrical room, anything, to the level above the ground level, which is at maybe 3 meters above the level of the ground floor. So it's been safe, because then you don't have to worry about water coming in, and then it's maybe dangerous to the residents and on the community. So that's what we're trying to do. Yeah.
Well, it's a smart move, and if you think about all those steps, all those plans you put in there,
Right.
It's bad enough when the city floods, and obviously it disrupts work and your professional life. But when your house, when your home floods, that's really personal. And to be able to know that, all right, even if there is flooding, I know my home is safe. I know it's dry. I know the water's clean. I know that the electricity is safe as well.
Yes,
It's a big relief, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
Well, you've talked about a lot of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Looking into the future, Are you really trying to make impact in this area around here, kind of a model city for the rest of Bangkok, for the rest of Bangkok could kind of follow?
Yeah, well, it's we have been working on our own way. We did plan to be to be higher than anybody or whatever. But of course, we are lucky that we are private enterprise. We own the land, we own the road. So anything that we work here is really something that is free out of authorities and things. So actions or planning or everything has been done according to what it should be, that we would like to do it as our own way. So I understand that the constraint of the others, because the others, they have to rely on so many things. They are next to the public road, they are next to sewer from everybody. So but we are lucky. But I think we try very hard now for 20 years to tell everybody that a good city should be a good plan from the beginning. Not just only by chance that you can get away with this kind of uncertainties of the weather anymore. And it proves years by years now that only the one with a good plan will survive.
Oh, very much so. And the fact that you designed it from the beginning,
yes,
means that initial investment is paying off for the rest of the years.
That's right. Actually, we put the money in here just only for infrastructure. I think it's almost 2 billion baht.
Oh.
So it's hidden underneath
Hidden
the
underneath.
concrete. So that's what we did in the last 20 years. And then I think we are very proud that it paid off very nicely. And then people don't understand and say, oh, maybe you pay money or you do something like that. No, we help everybody and every help us. So I think that's the way the community works. We will help everybody again.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully we'll be back here. I'm sure this is, usually an island is land surrounded by water, but here at Impact it's really it's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Thank you ค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
Do you know, getting around Bangkok can be really scary and quite exciting, especially for those that are new. And how do you find out about things? How do you know where to go? Well, I picked up one of these and it's guided me a long way. So I want to find out more about who's actually behind this. So let's go over here to the stall and talk to the ladies about this Bangkok guide. What is a guide and how do I get around? I'm interested in seeing and find what out. Come on, let's go chat to them now. And I have two ladies, volunteers from the group to help talk about them. So tell me, what is ANZWEEK?
ANZWEEK is a group of ladies, expats who've moved to Bangkok, usually as spouses with their husbands, and trying to get to know Thailand better and enjoy everything that Thailand has to offer and give something back to Thailand.
So they do volunteer activities?
They do.
Join in? Yeah?
Yes.
So it's a social as well as a fundraising, CSR activities as well as social.
Absolutely.
Lots of social groups, but then also it's there's a serious side to us, and it is our opportunity to give something back to Thailand and all the projects. So through the sale of the Bangkok Guide, we support a lot of welfare projects, which we're all involved in.
Looking at the Bangkok Guide, so what is the Bangkok Guide?
Well, it's very much everybody's Bible if it comes here, because it's got all the information that you need to know about when you first move here, for all your visitors, so it becomes very much a favourite coffee table book with information and knowledge and a lot of other organisations. You don't have to be an Australian or a New Zealander just to use it. Everyone else wants to use it as well, and it's got a fabulous map and a small mini guide for your handbag as well. So
fantastic. And the funds, it's a fundraising activity you mentioned, yeah? So the funds go to a particular charity, or you choose the different charities?
There's a lot of charities that are supported.
A lot of welfare projects which improve the lives of women and children, basically. So a lot in the Klong Toi slums, the milk powder run for that Sister Joan and Sister Louise support as well. And so we get involved in all those projects as well.
That sounds fantastic.
Yes.
Do you have to be Australian or New Zealand to actually join the group, or can you Do you allow the other continents in, or
Sort
is it
of, people have got a
predominant?
connection, but
Sure. Yeah.
primarily Australia and New Zealand. But
Okay.
if you've got a connection with it through your spouse or grandparents or
Okay.
you work there, we welcome everybody because it's we know what it's like when you first come to a new place and you don't know anyone.
Yeah. You need to cling to that kind
yeah.
of home
Yeah,
feel.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Particularly for women who've got children or
Yeah.
for women who are working here and they don't know anyone else and they're so far from home that it's a fantastic support network.
Wonderful. Now, speaking of an Australian link, tell me about the Melbourne Cup.
Well, the Melbourne Cup is a fantastic social event in the expat calendar. Around the world, it's celebrated. It's organised by the Australian Women's Group in different countries, and in Bangkok, it's organised by the ANZWIC Group, and it's another fundraiser, it coincides with the Melbourne Cup race in Melbourne, and so we watch the race, and the ladies place
Dress up.
bets and they dress up.
Yeah. All the hats and
All the fascinators
Yes.
and frogs.
There's competitions
Yeah,
for
fashions in the field.
Yeah.
For the men as well, and so it's a fantastic day out.
How many
And
do you
also to-
expect normally?
Well, we've sold half the tickets already, and they've just gone on sale this week. So we expect about 500 to 600 people will turn up there. So you've got to get in quick to get your tickets.
Okay, and when is it? It's on the
On Tuesday, the 6th of November,
Tuesday, 6th of November.
the day the
Okay,
cup's on. So come along, have some fun.
sounds fantastic.
And it's
I
not
really
just
do.
for women too.
The men
Bring
can
it
go?
back. Absolutely.
Oh, scary. Now tell me, how do people get in contact with ANZWIC?
They can go online. There's an ANZWIC website.
Okay.
They can go there. We've got some membership forms here as well. But we have a very interactive website, which has got all the events calendars there because we do run events during the week. Normally on a Wednesday, there are formal events, but we have mahjong on Tuesday, tennis on Tuesday.
Wow.
We do day trips out to different markets to visit different projects. We have a koalas group for the mother and children's group
Okay.
to get together. Some of us are learning Thai together. We have coffee mornings, lunches, any excuse, girls' night out
Very
for those
busy.
who work. It is quite busy.
Very busy,
Very busy
fantastic.
indeed.
Okay, so we have a website. Have we got the?
We do, yes.
So where are we? It's for ANZWIC. So if you want to get in contact, if you want to join, it sounds a fantastic group. There's a lot of charities to get involved with, or just Australian bit of socialising there. If you want to know more about the Melbourne Cup, anything about ANZWIC, check out their website, which is www.anzwg-bangkok.org. anzwic-bangkok.org. So check it out. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. See you at the Melbourne Cup.
Will do.